Have you ever felt that there are corners of our world that still hold deep, dark secrets? Places that defy our modern understanding of science and physics? Well, you're not wrong. Our planet is dotted with enigmatic locations that continue to baffle researchers and explorers alike. Today, we're diving headfirst into the unknown as we count down the top 5 most mysterious places on Earth that science just can't explain. From strange lights in the sky to rocks that move on their own, these spots challenge everything we think we know about the world we live in. So grab your explorer's hat and a healthy dose of skepticism, because we're about to embark on a journey to the very edge of reason. Are you ready? Let's get started. Coming in at number 5, we have the Nazca Lines in Peru. Imagine flying over a barren desert and seeing hundreds of giant figures etched into the ground below. We're talking about massive geoglyphs of animals, plants, and strange geometric shapes, some stretching over 1,000 feet long. Created by the ancient Nazca culture between 500 BC and 500 AD, these lines are so enormous they can only be fully appreciated from the sky. This fact alone raises a huge question. How did an ancient civilization without the technology for flight design and execute such precise, large-scale drawings? And more importantly, why? Theories range from astronomical calendars and ritual pathways to, you guessed it, messages for extraterrestrial visitors. Archaeologists have studied them for decades, but the true purpose and method behind the Nazca Lines remain one of history's most captivating puzzles. They were made by removing the reddish-brown, iron oxide-coated pebbles on the desert floor to reveal the lighter-colored earth beneath. But the sheer scale and precision continue to stump everyone. What were they trying to say, and who were they trying to say it to? Our 4th mysterious destination takes us to the remote and windswept coast of Chile to Easter Island, or Rapa Nui. This isolated island is famous for its nearly 900 monumental statues, called moai. These giant stone heads, some weighing up to 80 tons and standing 33 feet tall, were carved by the Rapa Nui people centuries ago. The mystery here is twofold. First, how did a small, isolated society with limited resources and simple tools manage to carve, transport, and erect these colossal statues? Think about it. Moving an 80-ton block of stone for miles across rugged terrain would be a challenge even with modern machinery. Some theories suggest they used a system of ropes, sledges, and log rollers, essentially walking the statues to their platforms. But the island's deforestation suggests this method might have led to their own societal collapse. The second mystery is why they did it. Were these statues representations of deified ancestors, acting as protectors of the island? Or did they serve some other, long-forgotten ceremonial purpose? The silent, stoic faces of the moai guard their secrets well, leaving us to wonder about the ingenuity and ultimate fate of the people who created them. Now, let's journey to number 3, the infamous Bermuda Triangle, also known as the Devil's Triangle. This stretch of the North Atlantic Ocean between Bermuda, Florida, and Puerto Rico has earned a terrifying reputation. For decades, stories have circulated about ships and aircraft vanishing without a trace within its boundaries. One of the most famous cases is the disappearance of Flight 19 in 1945. A squadron of 5 U.S. Navy torpedo bombers vanished during a routine training mission, and a rescue plane sent to find them also disappeared. No wreckage, no bodies, nothing was ever found. Explanations for the triangle's supposed deadliness range from the scientific to the supernatural. Some point to extreme weather phenomena like rogue waves and sudden storms, or unique geomagnetic anomalies that could interfere with compasses and navigation. Others propose more far-fetched ideas, like portals to other dimensions, alien abductions, or unknown energy fields from the mythical city of Atlantis. While many statisticians and scientists argue that the number of disappearances in the Bermuda Triangle is not statistically significant compared to other parts of the ocean, the sheer number of unresolved cases and the chilling eyewitness accounts keep the legend alive. It remains a place where fact and fiction blur, and the mystery continues to capture the public imagination. Sailing into our number 2 spot, we arrive at the Yonaguni Monument, just off the coast of Japan. In 1986, a scuba diver exploring the waters stumbled upon something incredible, a massive underwater rock formation that looks astonishingly man-made. The structure is immense, about 165 feet long and 65 feet wide, with what appear to be huge steps, flat terraces, and sharp, right-angled corners. It looks like a submerged pyramid or a sunken ancient city. The debate rages on. Is this a natural geological formation, or is it a man-made structure from a lost civilization? Geologists argue that strong underwater currents and natural sandstone erosion could create such rectangular shapes over thousands of years. However, many, including the monument's discoverer, Masaki Kimura, are convinced it's artificial. He claims to have identified walls, a stone column, and even what looks like a giant turtle carved from rock. If it is man-made, it would predate the Egyptian pyramids by thousands of years, completely rewriting our understanding of ancient history. Could an advanced civilization have existed that long ago, only to be swallowed by the sea? The Yonaguni Monument lies silently in the deep, a tantalizing what-if that challenges the very foundations of our historical timeline. And now, for the #1 most mysterious place on Earth that science can't explain, Racetrack Playa in Death Valley, California. This isn't a place of grand monuments or supernatural disappearances, but of something much quieter yet just as baffling. Across the surface of this dry lake bed, you'll find hundreds of rocks, some weighing over 700 pounds with long trails carved into the dirt behind them. These are the sailing stones, and for decades, nobody knew how they moved. There were no human or animal tracks around them, and the movements happened infrequently, so no one had ever seen it happen. How could massive boulders slide across a flat, dry plain on their own? Theories abounded, from hurricane force winds to magnetic fields and even pranksters. It was a mystery that puzzled scientists for over 70 years. Finally, in 2014, a research team managed to solve part of the puzzle. They found that under a very specific set of rare winter conditions, a thin layer of ice forms on the playa. As the sun melts the ice, it breaks into large floating panels. Light winds, as gentle as 10 miles per hour, can then push these ice sheets, which in turn shove the rocks along, leaving trails in the soft mud beneath. While this explanation covers the how, it doesn't diminish the mystery. The perfect, almost magical convergence of rain, freezing temperatures, and gentle wind required for this to happen is so rare that it makes Racetrack Playa a place of incredible natural wonder. It's a powerful reminder that even on our own planet, there are forces at work that are subtle, powerful, and utterly astounding. From ancient lines in the desert to rocks that sail on their own, our world is filled with wonders that continue to challenge our understanding. These places remind us that not everything has a simple explanation, and that there are still so many secrets waiting to be discovered. What do you think is the real story behind these mysteries? Let me know your theories in the comments below. Thanks for joining us on this incredible journey into the unknown. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you won't miss our next adventure. Until next time, stay curious.